Perfectionism can show up as this sense of heavy seriousness that blocks us from doing the work that we want to do. It can constrict us. It can make it impossible to even start. And this perfectionism is showing up because usually it is one of our psychological parts. If you have ever heard of parts work, it's a sort of form of therapy where you identify these different aspects of your psyche and you kind of give them these personalities that are there because they formed at a certain time when you needed them, often in childhood, sometimes as a result of trauma, but they were survival strategies, right? So while to a certain extent, maybe they were really helpful at the time, maybe now they are holding us back. This particular part, this part that maybe shows up as perfectionism or being really precious about your work can constrict and block you. So I want to talk about ways that you can work with and around this part. We don't want this part driving the car. We want this part in the backseat. You do not kill your parts. They're part of you and they're well-intentioned. Okay? So don't do that. And don't listen to people who say that's what you have to do. It is violence against yourself, okay? We are treating them as kind of like you would a frightened or upset child. You want to calm them, reassure them, show them that you can be trusted, and then negotiate with them. If you're able to work with this part successfully, then you will find that you are more connected with your emotions, your intuition, your inspiration, usually your joy, maybe also your anger, like a lot of the strong emotions. I mean, who knows, maybe also sadness will come up. But if you successfully work with these parts, then you will find that you can create more quickly, create things that mean more to you, and ultimately just create better art. So how do we do it? There's a couple ways. Obviously, one way is to go to therapy, right? Like that is so helpful. I know it's not accessible for everyone, but especially if you can find a parts therapist, it's great to have some help finding those aspects of yourself and being supported as you try to work with them. But that takes a long time. So I've got some other tips that you can do on your own at no cost, a little bit more speedily. Mostly they just involve tricking that protector part, that perfectionist part, into thinking that what you're about to do is not that risky. Because the whole thing with creativity is that it's novel, it's unknown, and it freaks them out because they don't know how people are going to react. And people are really important to us. We evolved in social circles, and if we got kicked out of the social circle, our lives were at risk. So our psyches interpret social risk as physical risk, okay? So if you're about to do something totally novel, because all creativity is novel, then your psyche doesn't know how people are going to react to it. And that is terrifying for it, okay? So this protector part is like, hold on. Too many unknowns here. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what people are going to think. This could threaten your survival. So shut it down. I don't approve. Shut down shop. And that's when you get that feeling of like, I don't know. I have no ideas. And I mean, there can be other reasons for that too, right? Like maybe you really need to go for a run, like you don't have enough dopamine, or, maybe you have a nutritional thing going on. But if this is like a consistent thing where you're like, okay, even when I'm well rested and healthy, I've got this going on, probably a protector part. So the other things that you can do are trick it into thinking that what you're about to do is not that threatening. Be like, hey man, it's just a game. This is just a little game. It's a game. It's not important. It's supposed to be boring. I'm going to make something boring. I'm going to intentionally make something bad. And hey, I'll never show it to anyone. Just tell yourself you'll never show it to anyone, right? As anything to let yourself, get something on the page or just start. Another way of tricking it is to say, hey, we're just not going to do very much. This is kind of an executive functioning hack as well. Just be like, we're just going to make one mark on the page. That's all. Don't worry. Just one mark. Or we're just going to draw one figure, one character. We're just going to write one sentence. We're just going to write one teeny tiny poem. And then that takes sort of the executive functioning overwhelm out of it. And it's like, oh, well, I could do that. Maybe it only takes a minute, maybe 5 minutes. What I did with starting to film these videos was tell myself, all I have to do every day, set up the camera and talk to it for 10 minutes. That's all. I don't have to post it. We can tackle visibility later, Right now, we're just trying to get going. So, therapy, tricking yourself about the importance of the thing, tricking yourself about how big and difficult the task is. What's my other one? Oh, and the last one refers back to the therapy piece because it's getting back into your body. It's somatics. What happens when you have this protector part who is trying to shut down what you're doing is often it'll create this dissociation. You know, that feeling of numbness and maybe boredom and like uninspiredness is not your natural state, actually. You might think it is, but you might just be really used to it. It's actually a state that happens when we are dissociated from our experience, and our experience starts with our body. Everything that we're taking in through our body. So if you can do things to reconnect with your body in like gentle, safe feeling ways, you will bring yourself back into your lived and felt experience. And that will start to unlock things that maybe you didn't even know were there, right? So also go slow. This can look like tapping. I really love the way tapping feels. This can look like self-massage. I just need it on my traps. This can look like movement. This can look like shaking. This can look like getting up and dancing. There's a lot of options, but it's a really fast way to get yourself back in your experience. So if you can reconnect with your body, feel what you're feeling, and just follow that thread, then guaranteed you will go somewhere. You know, we are immensely complex. We are immensely sensitive. Most of our adaptations to modern day life are blocking our natural sensitivity from what's going on. And we can start intentionally unblocking that, especially when we're in a safe setting. This setting, intentional, feels really safe to me. The green feels like being in the woods. I really like being in nature. The fact that I'm on the second floor makes me feel like I'm in a treehouse and that no one can get me. So yeah, if you're blocked, try one or several of these things. Just pick one that appeals to you, that seems, honestly, whichever one seems the easiest to start with. If it's easiest to start with a therapist, because then you have another person who's like helping to like sort of ground and regulate and guide and support you, amazing, do it. If that's going to be a lot of difficulty and expense, start alone. Start at your house. Start by tapping, you know? Just get yourself back in your vessel. Okay. That's what I've got for now. I hope that you have a beautiful day. I'll see you in the next one.